Hey guys, it's Quinn. In the spirit of Halloween, let's take a look at one of the most popular choices for the best horror movie of all time, The Shining. Directed by Stanley Kubrick, the director of basically every great, weird movie in history, The Shining stars Jack Nicholson as he more or less goes batshit insane. Now, because there are a lot of points of comparison, I'll compare this to Psycho, solely because the two movies are really fresh in my mind because I've seen them like the past week, Halloween, so let's just compare them a little bit. The first part that I want to talk about is the location. I don't know why, but there's just something more super creepy about having horror movies in secluded areas, kind of like The Shining, The Thing. They're all in really secluded places, and for those of you who have never seen this movie, The Shining takes in a secluded hotel midwinter in basically the middle of nowhere in Colorado. Like, imagine the house in Psycho just as crazy in the 10D, but with snow, and you get The Shining. The main thing I love so much is how the location is used. Kubrick is really good at using very large and grand shots to almost add to the extreme feeling of greatness of the whole area. This hotel is no exception. Honest to God, this place is like a maze. And speaking of mazes, that hedge maze is just as creepy. My favorite scene in the movie is when the dad is chasing the son through the maze in sub-zero temperatures, and the dad gives up, and immediately, there's a shot of Jack Nicholson's character frozen in the same position from the night before. It's just scary to think that all this goes down, and that once anything happens, it just is almost forgotten. Like a supersonic blast could go off and no one would ever even hear it. So the fact that they are so cut off from society almost makes it a kind of no-rules movie, which is what occurs really quickly. Anyways, Jack Nicholson almost solely from this movie, and I must note this is only my opinion, but he demonstrates that he is one of the best actors ever in my opinion. My benchmark is always Sean Connery. So if you beat him, which is the case for Nicholson, then you're a truly fantastic actor. At least that's what I think. And I just love how insane he goes in this movie. Like, at the beginning, he is a really nice, down-to-earth guy, but slowly he just gets more frustrated, crazy, that he kills someone and almost murders his family as well. And yes, spoiler alerts if you haven't seen this. Obviously, everyone knows the "Here's Johnny" bit, just like how everyone knows the Psycho shower scene, but I think that little bits of craziness like that just make his performance in the movie so memorable. The rest of the supporting cast is great, most notably the mom, who is really largely an underrated performer, and solely because she went against Nicholson, which kind of makes her not as good. And that child actor, for how they go, he is really good. He plays the dead twin scene so well that he just makes it 1,000 times more creepy. I don't think that there are really any weak spots in the cast at all, which is something that you can say for a very, very small number of films. And you can't even say that for, you guessed it, Psycho. Another aspect that I do want to touch on is the amount of classic scenes in this movie. Everyone, every single one of them, you have the elevator bit, the dead twins, the hedge maze, or the all work, no play. They're just so fantastic. Watching them on their own, they kind of seem lame and stupid, but in the middle of the action, they're great. The amount of creepiness that resonates from all these points in the movie are really powerful and drive this movie to one of the best in the 80s, at least in its genre, and really overall. The acting is fantastic, the directing is damn near perfect, and the script and scary moments are impressive, and overall, it's an extremely great film from an extremely impressive director. As a whole, I really enjoy this movie, and although I'm not a fan of the horror movies, so don't expect me to review many of them, this film just has a special something to it that makes it incredibly fun yet scary. And it may not be my favorite horror movie, or indeed Stanley Kubrick film, but as a whole it is very, very solid, and is definitely
Here's Johnny.
With a score of 8.7, this is definitely a film worth checking out for Halloween, or indeed any time of the year. So what do you guys think of this film? Question, what is your all-time favorite horror film? You guys will find out one day what mine is, and heck, it may even be this one, who knows. So I'm going to save my answer for a later date, but for whatever it is, leave it in the comments section below, and as always, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.
Come and play with us, Daddy. Forever and ever and ever.